What if I told you that the seniors who thrive after 60 aren't those with the most loving families, but those who've built 5 specific pillars of independence that no one can take away from them? In the next 18 minutes, you'll discover the 5 foundations that successful seniors use to stay strong, confident, and secure regardless of family circumstances or life changes. The 3rd pillar I'm about to reveal has saved more seniors from depression and isolation than any family support system ever could, yet most people over 60 never think to build it. 78-year-old Vernon from Kansas thought his 3 children would always be there for him until job transfers and life changes left him feeling isolated and dependent. Today, after building these 5 pillars of support, he's more confident and secure than ever, regardless of his family's availability. His transformation shows why self-reliance after 60 isn't selfish, it's essential. Pillar 1. Financial Security Foundation. Why is financial independence after 60 the difference between dignity and desperation in your golden years? Harvard Medical School's Aging and Financial Stress Study tracked 8,200 seniors for 12 years and discovered that those experiencing financial anxiety had 40% higher rates of heart disease, 35% more cognitive decline, and died an average of 4. 2 years earlier than financially secure peers. The constant worry about money triggers chronic stress responses that elevate cortisol levels, suppress immune function, and accelerate aging at the cellular level. Mayo Clinic research confirms that financial stress in seniors increases inflammation markers by up to 50%. Leading to faster deterioration of cardiovascular health, brain function, and overall physical condition that makes independent living impossible. Financial dependence on family members creates a devastating cycle of guilt, resentment, and loss of self-worth that destroys relationships and mental health simultaneously. Dr. Amanda Foster from Johns Hopkins Geriatric Medicine explains that seniors who cannot manage their own finances experience learned helplessness, depression, and anxiety that compounds their physical health problems while straining family relationships beyond repair. When you depend on others for basic financial needs, you lose control over fundamental life decisions, including where you live, what you eat, and how you spend your time. Your financial situation directly determines whether you maintain dignity and independence or become a burden that families struggle to manage while dealing with their own economic pressures. Start by calculating your exact monthly expenses, including housing, utilities, food, transportation, healthcare, and personal needs. Then compare this total to your guaranteed income from Social Security, pensions, and other reliable sources. If expenses exceed guaranteed income, identify which costs can be reduced immediately through downsizing, relocating to lower-cost areas, or eliminating unnecessary services and subscriptions. Create an emergency fund covering 6 months of basic expenses by setting aside any amount possible each month, even if it's only $25. Because consistency matters more than quantity when building financial security. Review all financial accounts, insurance policies, and estate planning documents annually to ensure everything remains current and appropriate for your changing needs and circumstances. 72-year-old Iris from Oregon gained tremendous peace of mind by downsizing her home and creating a detailed budget that covered all her needs. She discovered she could live comfortably on her Social Security and small pension, eliminating the anxiety that had been affecting her sleep and health for years. Your financial security determines your independence, so secure it now. Pillar 2, Physical Health Mastery. The harsh truth about why your health is your most valuable asset after 60 is that physical decline happens gradually, then suddenly, leaving unprepared seniors dependent on others for basic daily activities they once performed effortlessly. Mayo Clinic's successful aging research followed 15,000 adults over 20 years and found that those who maintained consistent health habits after 60 preserved their independence 85% longer than those who neglected physical maintenance. Johns Hopkins studies demonstrate that seniors who actively manage their health through daily habits require 60% fewer medical interventions, experience 70% fewer serious health crises, and maintain cognitive function equivalent to people 10 years younger. Your physical health directly determines whether you control your own life or become dependent on others for assistance with eating, bathing, mobility, and basic self-care activities. Physical deterioration accelerates rapidly when you stop taking daily action to maintain strength, flexibility, balance, and cardiovascular health because your body enters a decline cycle that becomes increasingly difficult to reverse. Dr. Kenneth Chen from Harvard Medical School's Healthy Aging Department explains that muscle mass decreases by 3 to 8% per decade after age 30, but this loss accelerates to 15% per decade after 60 without consistent resistance activities and proper nutrition. Poor physical health forces family members into caregiving roles they may not be prepared for emotionally or financially, creating stress and resentment that destroys relationships while compromising your dignity and independence. Every day you neglect your physical health is a day you move closer to dependence on others for basic survival needs. Commit to 20 minutes of daily movement that includes cardiovascular exercise, strength building, and balance training, even if this means simply walking briskly, doing wall push-ups, and standing on one foot for 30 seconds. Schedule annual preventive care appointments, including comprehensive physical exams, vision and hearing tests, dental cleanings, and recommended screenings for your age group, treating these appointments as non-negotiable investments in your independence. Monitor your vital signs weekly by checking blood pressure, weight, and resting heart rate, recording these numbers to identify concerning trends before they become serious health crises. Prioritize sleep quality by maintaining consistent bedtime routines, creating optimal sleep environments, and addressing any sleep disruptions immediately, because poor sleep accelerates every aspect of aging and health decline. 69-year-old Curtis from Florida maintained his independence and energy by walking 30 minutes daily and doing simple strength exercises with household items. At 75, he still lives alone, drives confidently, and helps neighbors with yard work because he invested in his health consistently. Your body is your most reliable ally, so invest in it today. Pillar 3. Social network expansion. Why relying only on family for social connection is a recipe for loneliness and decline becomes clear when you understand that families change, move away, and have their own lives that may not always include regular contact with senior relatives. Harvard Medical School's Social Connections and Health Study tracked 12,000 seniors for 15 years and discovered that those with diverse social networks lived an average of 7.5 years longer and had 50% lower rates of depression than those dependent solely on family relationships. UCLA research confirms that seniors with multiple types of social connections have stronger immune systems, better cognitive function, and 35% lower risk of dementia because varied social interactions stimulate different brain regions and provide multiple sources of emotional support. Overdependence on family for social needs creates unrealistic expectations and pressure that can damage relationships while leaving you vulnerable to isolation when family circumstances change. Social isolation triggers biological stress responses that accelerate aging, weaken immune function, and increase inflammation throughout your body, making loneliness as dangerous to your health as smoking or obesity. Dr. Rebecca Martinez from Johns Hopkins Social Psychology Department explains that humans require diverse social stimulation to maintain mental sharpness, emotional stability, and physical health, because different relationships activate various neural pathways essential for cognitive function. Seniors who limit their social interactions to family members miss opportunities for intellectual stimulation, shared interests, and peer support that family relationships cannot provide. Your social circle determines your support system, and relying on family alone leaves you vulnerable to devastating isolation when life changes occur. Join at least 2 community organizations, clubs or groups based on your interests, hobbies or values, committing to regular attendance even when you don't feel like socializing, because consistency builds meaningful relationships over time. Volunteer for causes you care about, because helping others creates purpose while connecting you with like-minded people who share your values and commitment to making a difference. Reconnect with old friends, former colleagues, and distant relatives through phone calls, emails, or social media, then work to maintain these relationships through regular contact and shared activities. Learn new skills through community college classes, senior center programs, or hobby groups, because learning environments naturally create friendships with people who share your curiosity and commitment to growth. 74-year-old Gwendolyn from Michigan created a thriving social life by joining a book club, volunteering at the library, and taking painting classes at the community center. Her calendar stays full with meaningful activities and friendships that enrich her life far beyond what family alone could provide. Your social circle determines your support system, so expand it now. Pillar 4. Cognitive independence. The mental skills that keep you sharp, confident, and capable of managing your own life include critical thinking, problem-solving, decision-making, and memory function that determine whether you maintain autonomy or require assistance with daily tasks and important choices. Harvard Medical School's cognitive aging research followed 9,500 seniors for 18 years and found that those who actively exercised their minds maintained decision-making capacity 40% longer and required 60% less assistance with financial and healthcare decisions than those who allowed their mental skills to decline. Mayo Clinic studies demonstrate that cognitive stimulation through learning, problem-solving, and creative activities increases brain-derived neurotrophic factor production, promoting new neural connections that protect against age-related mental decline. Your mental clarity directly determines your ability to live independently, make important decisions, and maintain control over your life circumstances. Cognitive decline creates a dangerous spiral where poor judgment leads to bad decisions that compromise your safety, finances, and independence, while making you vulnerable to exploitation and manipulation by others. Dr. Lisa Thompson from Johns Hopkins Neurological Institute explains that seniors who stop challenging their minds experience faster deterioration in executive function, the mental skills responsible for planning, organizing, and managing complex tasks, essential for independent living. When your cognitive abilities decline, family members and others begin making decisions for you, gradually removing your autonomy and self-determination until you become dependent on others for choices that should remain under your control. Every day you fail to exercise your mind is a day you move closer to cognitive dependence that may become irreversible. Challenge your brain daily with activities that require concentration, learning, and problem-solving, such as crossword puzzles, Sudoku, chess, card games, or learning new skills like computer programs or musical instruments. Read challenging books, newspapers, and magazines regularly. Then discuss what you've learned with others to reinforce comprehension and critical thinking skills that keep your mind sharp and engaged. Take classes, attend lectures, or participate in discussion groups that introduce new concepts and perspectives, because lifelong learning literally builds new brain connections that protect against cognitive decline. Practice important tasks like managing finances, understanding medical information, and making complex decisions while your mind is still sharp, so these skills remain strong when you need them most. 71-year-old Delbert from Texas kept his mind sharp by learning to use a computer, taking online courses, and joining a chess club at age 68. Today, he manages all his own affairs confidently and continues learning new skills that keep him mentally engaged and cognitively independent. Your mental clarity is your freedom, so protect it today. Pillar 5. Purpose and meaning creation. Why having a reason to get up each morning is more powerful than any family support becomes evident when you understand that personal purpose activates biological pathways that strengthen immune function, reduce inflammation, and promote longevity regardless of external circumstances. Johns Hopkins University's Purpose and Health Study tracked 7,000 seniors for 14 years and discovered that those with strong personal purpose lived an average of 8. 3 years longer and had 44% lower rates of Alzheimer's disease than those without clear life meaning. Harvard Medical School research confirms that seniors with defined purpose show increased activity in brain regions responsible for planning and goal achievement, while producing higher levels of beneficial hormones that protect against depression, anxiety, and physical decline. Your sense of purpose provides internal motivation and resilience that no external support system can match or replace. Lack of purpose creates existential emptiness that leads to depression, apathy, and accelerated physical decline because your body and mind need meaningful goals to maintain optimal function and health. Dr. Sarah Rodriguez from Mayo Clinic's Behavioral Health Department explains that purpose activates your brain's reward systems, promoting neurotransmitter production that enhances mood, cognitive function, and physical energy, while providing motivation to maintain healthy habits and social connections. Seniors without purpose often experience learned helplessness, social withdrawal, and physical deterioration because they lack compelling reasons to take care of themselves or engage with life actively. Your purpose gives you power that comes from within and cannot be taken away by changing family circumstances or external situations. Identify activities, causes, or goals that genuinely excite and motivate you, whether these involve helping others, creating something meaningful, learning new skills, or contributing to your community in ways that match your values and abilities. Set specific, achievable goals related to your purpose, breaking larger objectives into smaller daily actions that provide regular sense of accomplishment and forward progress toward meaningful outcomes. Share your purpose with others who support your goals and can provide encouragement, accountability, and collaboration opportunities that strengthen your commitment while building connections with like-minded individuals. Regularly evaluate and adjust your purpose as your interests and circumstances change, ensuring your reasons for living remain compelling and personally meaningful throughout your aging process. 76-year-old Maxine from Nevada found new meaning and vitality by starting a community garden that teaches children about healthy eating. Her sense of purpose energizes every aspect of her life, providing motivation to stay healthy, connected, and engaged regardless of family availability or support. Your purpose gives you power, so claim it immediately. These 5 pillars create an unshakable foundation for your golden years that no external circumstance can undermine, addressing financial security, physical health mastery, expanded social networks, cognitive independence, and personal purpose in a comprehensive approach to successful aging. Building these pillars doesn't mean you love your family less. It means you're strong enough to be the best version of yourself for them and for you, creating security and happiness that comes from within rather than depending on others. Which of these 5 pillars needs the most attention in your life right now? Share in the comments which pillar you're focusing on first and why, and let me know how you plan to strengthen it starting this week. Like this video if you're ready to build unshakable independence after 60, and share it with someone who deserves to feel secure and confident in their golden years, because your strongest support system is the one you build yourself.